Hello, good morning, and welcome to Football Nutmeg. My name is Omar Fields, and it's good to be here once more. This is the football. This is the pundit table. Sorry, and once again, it's good to be here. Kindly subscribe to our channel to our dear listeners, please. Subscribe to our channel, and to our dear viewers as well. Subscribe to our channel. It's been a wonderful, wonderful journey on this channel. We just hit 10,000 viewers. Kudos to you guys for viewing our content. It means a lot to me and to you as well. It also means a lot to me that we just hit at least 100 plus subscribers. Thank you so much. Please just do us a favor and continue to subscribe and like our videos, and it will help us a whole lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Um, Today we are going to look at Chelsea and what is really going on. Is it finished for Chelsea, or something has to be done to redeem the club? We've seen a whole lot of sanctions left, right, center globally because of the Russian Ukraine war, or the Russian invasion of Ukraine 17 days ago, and it has come to haunt Chelsea by virtually having a Russian owner who is also a Jew as well, but close to the Russian government. It has been so much hell, up to the extent that yesterday their bank account, or their credit their credit card was suspended by Barclays Bank UK. Oh my God, just something they don't really need. How will they move on from here? Will this issue be sorted out going forward? I think Chelsea is a massive club based on their standard, and I think something will be done. And I think people somewhere somehow will be looking at how to handle things. I think something has to be done going forward. That's what I think, and it has to be done quickly to save one of the biggest club, and one of the most we call it the third most decorated club in English football. So something has to be done at the moment. What do you think should be done? If you're a Chelsea fan, can you react to us and tell us? Kindly react to us and tell us what you think should be done to salvage your club. But I just think that with regards to what is going on, Chelsea are in big trouble. There are players that have contract. Uh, their contract will end at the end of this month, at the end of this season. Sorry, um, the likes of Rudiger, that the club has been trying to look for ways or means to renew his contract. I think he has been outstanding for the club. The likes of Caesar Azpilicueta, Christensen. I think most of these players for me have decided their future even before this debacle. But the Chelsea board and the entire club, including the fans globally, saw this coming. In Nigeria here we have a broad base of Chelsea fan, massive base of Chelsea fan in Nigeria here. We have massive base of Chelsea fans here. People that adore, love, and um, uh, support Chelsea over a long period of time, and they are still here, a massive fan base. So for me, I think something needs to be done. There have to be a compromise between the government, to remove Chelsea from that exclusively and allow Roman Abramovich to sell the club. And Roman have said the proceeds from selling Chelsea will go directly to, excuse me, we go that still have this code. We go directly to the funding of the Ukrainian refugee. So, but I don't think the UK government and the international communities um, see that it may be, but that's just it. We saw reactions from ex-footballers yesterday, the likes of Rio Ferdinand, who see this as an attack on the institution as Chelsea, not just on Abramovich. an attack on the institution called Chelsea. But for me, something needs to be done. We need to move forward. The club needs to move forward and concentrate on playing as they all are. But I just think that they are in trouble. They are in this mess because just for this is not just for footballing reasons. Financially, they've been stable. The owner Roman Abramovich have invested a lot in that club, and things has to be, and he has done things in the right way for me. And for me, if this is the way the government will have to, then I think something needs to be taken care of, or hopefully. And when we look at we have to look at the club as a whole. They've won 19 trophies in a span of, let's just say, 21 years, if I'm not mistaken. In a span of 21 years, two Champions League, two Europa Cup, one Club World Cup, one Super Cup. Then what else again? They've won the league six times. They've won the FA Cup five times, if I'm not mistaken. They've won other trophies left, right, center, and it has been a massive. And they've gone to finals upon finals upon finals upon finals, and they've achieved a lot. I think for me, in the span of in the span of 10 years, they are the most successful club in England, and their record is out there to be seen. We just we don't just have to take side. We are in the football corridor. We have to support the club. We have to look at. We want them in the EPL. We want people to support them going forward. I don't think it's a vendetta. I don't think it's a gang up against the institution Chelsea. I just feel that the club finds itself in a wrong path at this moment, knowing fully well that the owner of the club is so close to is so close to Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, knowing fully well that he has a close relationship with, and this issue has been going on for time. We saw his visa being suspended some few years ago. We saw him, the divorce with his wife didn't really help him as well. But all things being equal, he kept on moving on. He kept on supporting the club financially. Excuse me. He kept on knowing fully well that he came into this business not just because of the money, but because of footballing reasons. And for me, he has been a wonderful owner for Chelsea Football Club. Looking at him over time, so I think it's a good one for him. I think he has to look elsewhere to invest his money, knowing fully well that he can no longer invest his money in England, and his money will not be taken. So that's just it. Um, for me, with respect to transfers, there are some players that are supposed to be leaving the club. Let's just do that. There are some players that are supposed to be that are said to be they are said to have their contract to end at the end of this season, and I don't think those players are going to sign. If you're a Chelsea fan, don't have hope that those players are going to sign. So for me, I think it is just a thing of when and what will happen. Um, so when we look at when we look at these when we look at these transfers, okay, okay, when we look at the likes of Antonio Rudiger, contract will expire this ending of this season. The likes of Caesar Azpilicueta, the club captain, I think also contract will expire. Christensen contract will, and there are some other players they need to sign. Okay, look at Juventus are looking at the possible signing of 29 years old German defender Antonio Rudiger, whose contract in Chelsea run out this summer. And with all these issues going around, financially for Chelsea, I think a lot of sacrifices need to be done. Either he accepts signing for the club or he moves on. I think he's gonna move on for me. I think it has to move on. It has to move on. So you have to look at it as something else. So um, also Caesar Aspilicueta, Christensen. These players are looking for. They're not really looking for controversy. So okay, that is it. Well, let's move on from Chelsea and go into other leagues and look at other leagues globally, other issues globally. In the transfer market, in the transfer rumors today on our show, we have Man City wanted to have a deal in place to sign Borussia Dortmund striker and Erling Haaland. They have that deal. Whether it is going to be possible or not, we'll find out at the end of this season. Manchester United are hoping to sign a new manager or name a new manager by the end of April. That's reported by the Mails, and also the Red Devil, the Manchester Evening News men also report that the Red Devils have made inquiry about signing Lyon and French forward Musa Dembele, 25, in this summer transfer. That's enough for them. Paris Saint-Germain are set to sack Marco Pochettino, but it's unclear whether they will do it now or wait until the end of the season. I think we'll find out if they'll wait until the end of the season or not. Um, Going forward, Real Madrid are interested in signing Arsenal and Scottish defender Kieran Trippier. Um, After assessing the 24 years old in recent weeks, I think it's not a bad signing, but I just think that he's prone to injury. If they will sign Kieran Trippier, he's prone to injury. So finally, Arsenal could allow up to 13 players leave during the end of this summer transfer. I think every club is also looking for how to balance the book. It's all about financial balance, financial equity. Um, they have to think of how to balance the book. And still on Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has said the club will make a decision on whether to offer French striker Alexandre Lacazette, who is 30 years old, a new contract at the end of the season. I think you should consider that as well. He has been massive. He has been a massive savior in some of the tighter games for them. It's good because I know he started and they have a policy of signing young players at the moment at Arsenal. Moving on to Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah 20 has no intention of signing a contract extension offered to him by the club in December. The Egyptian international is out of contract in 2023, but talks are currently at a standstill. Talks to sign Salah for Salah to extend his contract are still on a standstill. This was brought to us via Fabrizio Romano. I call him a tier one transfer. Oh, but Salah agent has still on Salah. Salah agent has appeared to mock claim by Liverpool's manager that he cannot do much more in the negotiation. That's just it. I think he needs money. I think he's 29. For me, once you are 29, 28, 29, you are coming towards the twilight end of your career. That's just it. Because I keep on saying the lifespan of a player is 15 years. It's a 15 years career. If you are lucky, you do a 20 years career, but 15 years career is good. Okay. And going globally, going to Italy now, we see that Juventus are looking in a possible, I said it before, to sign Antonio Rudiger, which is not really good for Chelsea. Not really good for Chelsea. Juventus are also monitoring the future of Paris Saint-Germain and Italian goalkeeper 23, who is 23 years old, um, Donnarumma. We all see the mess he did during the week when PSG. I think for me, he's the one to blame, not the manager. The manager has all set up his team in that match, knowing fully well that it will go down to the wire. But still, the keeper was turned off. Moving to Tottenham Hotspur now. Sports manager Antonio Conte said he would consider extending his contract if the club showed good vision. I think for him, for Conte, it's all about vision. It's all about what he thinks is good for him. With respect to transfers, with respect to organization of the club, I think that is what I think he needs. He needs assurance that the club are going to invest in players, are going to invest in key players. So that is just it. Let's move on to Barcelona. Barcelona have denied Tottenham have a clause in place that will allow them sign Brazilian playmaker Philip Coutinho for the same fee as Aston Villa, where 29 years old is currently on loan. Still on Aston Villa, boss Steven Gerrard says signing Philip Coutinho permanently is not a forward. It's not as straightforward as people think. So signing Philip Coutinho is not as straightforward as people think. A whole lot has to be in place there. Okay, still moving on. The owners of Manchester City are keen on the signing of Atletico Miura Brazilian winger Salvinho, with a view in place. He's 17 years old with one of City's football group. Okay, that's good for them. They're poaching young players, building for the future. That's good. And finally, Crystal Palace on loan midfielder Conor Gallagher says he is not he has not given any thought to his future beyond the end of the season. The England international 22 at has impressed at Solos Park, which he is on loan from Chelsea. So that's just it with the latest transfer. Good one for Conor Gallagher. I think he has really impressed, scoring goals left, right, center, helping Crystal Palace in ensuring that the club moves away from that position they were last season. But that's a good one for them. So that's a good one for them. Okay, let's move on to the global transfer. The global transfer. Let's move on to the fixtures for today. And in the fixtures for today in the Premier League, we'll see Brighton versus Liverpool, the early kickoff, Brentford, Burnley, and Man United, Tottenham, which is the last match for today. That match will be the last match for today. But Brighton, Liverpool today, Brentford, Burnley, Man United, Tottenham. Those are the match for today. Um, let's see. Tomorrow's fixtures, we see Chelsea, Newcastle. That will be the first match. A rejuvenated Newcastle. That will be at Stamford Bridge. Everton versus Wolves. Everton are in a struggle for relegation. Can they survive this one this time around with Frank Lampard? Leeds United versus Norwich. Southampton, Watford. West Ham, Aston Villa, and finally Arsenal will play Leicester City tomorrow. That's a big one. Big and a strong one for tomorrow. Then on Monday, we'll see Crystal Palace host Man City. Then let's not forget that during the week, other matches will be played during the week, where we see Brighton, Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Newcastle, Wolverhampton versus Leeds on Friday. And that will be that for that. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you are watching us. Kindly like this video. So I think my analysis will be on Manchester United versus Spurs. Manchester United versus Spurs, and that would be a big match. A match that still have a whole lot to talk about in respect to the top four. And if United, as we saw last weekend, perform abysmal the way they did um, against City in the second half, then I think they are in trouble. I think finally the nail will be on the coffin to ensure that they don't go to Europe, and it will spell doom and gloom for the club. We saw what came out at the end of that match last week, and like I said in my wrap up video, which you can also watch on my channel, that there are players in Manchester United that are not good enough. They are not good enough. They're not supposed to be there at the club, but they are just there at the club, receiving payments, outrageous payments, getting outrageous contract. I don't know what's your take about it, but they just go on receiving outrageous contract left, right, center, and they don't want to run for the club. They don't want to play for the club. They don't want to mark on the pitch. They are just there. When they lose the ball, they walk. Oh my God. So I just think that something has to be done with regards to these players. I think United have to ship out a lot of players. The likes of Mata has to go. Matic has to go. The likes of Phil Jones have to go. The likes of Pogba have to go. The likes of let's see, um, even Maguire for me should be sold at a cheaper rate. He's just like I said, it's an 80 million pound shit and waste. With regards to when you look at the money that was being spent on him and the salary he received every week, it's a waste. Wan-Bissaka as well is a waste. We have to do it all over again. We have to do it all over and all over again. And I'm sorry to say it, we United fans have to think about what makes our club tick. Do we have players that doesn't want to play for the club? Do we have players that are not serious about playing for the club? That's just my take. And there are players in that team that don't want to play for the club. I'm sorry to say that. Okay, going forward, that match, like I said, will be the nail in the coffin. If United lose that match, then their struggle for the top four is finally done and dusted. So I think they have to win the match. Spurs also have to win the match as well, knowing fully well that if they beat United and win during their win one of their outstanding in the midweek, then they can really close the gap. So that's my take with regards to that. Okay, going. Let's look at the fight for the Premier League. For the fight for the Premier League, which will be also be today. I think it will be an easy one but we also had Liverpool struggled against Brighton in the first leg. But I think Liverpool this is a different Liverpool side that played against Brighton. They have to win. Liverpool have to win, no doubt about that. All the clubs in that place have to win. City also have to win against Crystal Palace, no doubt. You don't beat United, and at the end of the day, you lose against Crystal Palace. You are expected to win, so they have to win to ensure that gap is maintained until these two clubs meet in April the 6th, when they will play each other to decide who wins the title. These two clubs, City and Liverpool, have to win. I think also Arsenal have a very, very tough match on Sunday against Leicester City, which is the last match of that day. They have a very, very strong match, and they also have to win that match against Leicester City. It is not a doom and gloom. It's not an easy match for them, but they have to do it, and I hope they should do it going forward. Okay, guys, let's go to other leagues globally and look at other leagues globally and see what is going on in the Spanish La Liga. In the Spanish La Liga, what will happen this midweek, this weekend? Okay, I think matches were played yesterday when Atletico Madrid beat Cadiz 2-1. For today, we'll see Levante Espanyol, Granada, Elche, Villarreal, Celta Vigo, and Getafe Valencia. Those are the matches for today. Getafe Valencia. Then for tomorrow, we have Real Vallecano, Sevilla. Sevilla have to win as well to keep pace with Real Madrid. Real Betis Atletico Club, that's Atletico Bilbao. Real Sociedad versus Alves. Barcelona Osasuna, another strong match. And the final match for that day, Madrid will play on Monday, where they will travel to Mallorca. Madrid win and another drop of point by Sevilla. I think finally the league is done and dusted. The league in Spain is done and dusted. I don't know what you think. Just have your say. You can tell me what you think. Let me know. Let's move to the Italian Serie A. Italian Serie A. Let's move to Italian Serie A. In Serie A, there were no matches yesterday, but look at the Serie A today. We see Spezia versus Cagliari, Salernitana versus Sassuolo, Sampdoria Juventus, Milan Empoli, also a very strong match. Fiorentina Bologna Verona versus Napoli. Napoli missed a chance to go top last week. Udinese Roma, that's tomorrow. Okay. Atlanta Genoa, that's tomorrow as well. Torino Inter, that's tomorrow. And finally on Monday, we see Lazio versus Venezia. Okay, and let's move on quickly. There are no big top guns. German Bundesliga, by the Bundesliga, and let's see how far the matches are. I think for me, German Bundesliga. Hoffenheim Bayern Munich today, that's 3:30 Nigerian time. Freiburg Wolfsburg today. Union Berlin, Taiwo Awoni's club, Union Berlin versus Stuttgart. Augsburg Mainz match postponed. Mönchengladbach Hertha Berlin today. Leverkusen and Cologne is tomorrow. And Eintracht Frankfurt versus Bochum is tomorrow as well. Then Borussia Dortmund versus Armenia is tomorrow. And finally, the last match for tomorrow is Fürth versus RB Leipzig. That will be the last match. And finally, let's look at the French League on. And still on top of the table in German Bundesliga is Bayern Munich, followed by Dortmund, followed by Leverkusen, followed by Hoffenheim, RB Leipzig number 5, and Freiburg number 6. Let's see point difference between the two clubs. Dortmund still have one outstanding game, which if they win will close the gap by 6. But now it is 9-point gap difference, with either side having identical number of games lost and number of games won in their last 5. So that's a good one. Finally, the French League on. French League on. I think for the French League on is Lille versus Saint Etienne. Yesterday was 0-0. Montpellier Nice today. Tories Lens today as well. PSG versus Bordeaux today as well. Strasbourg versus Monaco today. And tomorrow we see Angers versus Reims. Mainz versus Lens. Clermont Foot versus Lorient. Lyon versus Rennes. Yeah. And finally is Brest versus Marseille tomorrow. So I think that's a good one. And when you look at the standing in this league, the standing is that PSG still lead the way by 62 points, Nice by 49 points, Marseille by 42 points, Rennes by 48 points, Strasbourg by 44 points, and they are 5th. So that's a good one for them. Lille, last year's champion, are still 6th. So It's a good one for them. Okay, guys. Finally, we have come to the end of the show. Let me know what you think when you watch this football. I'm a lone rider, lone ranger today on this show. Hopefully, I will catch you up next week and also watch some of our videos during the week as we go live with the African playoff preview. Kindly watch from Monday to Friday. I think for Monday will be the repeat of the AFCON 2021 finals, where excuse me, sorry, where Senegal will go to Egypt to play them in a place in the Qatar 2022 finals. Let's see how it goes for that. Then it's just that. Then on Tuesday we'll look at Tunisia, match between Tunisia. Then I think it goes on and on. The final lookout will be the Super Eagles match versus Ghana, and that will be that. Then before we go into the match, we'll bring in live update of the Super Eagles match proper. Let's see what will happen. Thank you for watching, and my name is Omar Fields. Kindly subscribe to our channel and social media handles at Football Nutmeg, and like our videos as well. Thank you so much. I'll see you